This one should be fun meat, and much like how Lil Yachty has taken the walk to Poland, Beneil Dariush in this one is taking the knock to Poland. I won't bury the lead in this one, meat. I'm taking Beneil Dariush. I think he's taken out Gamer Gamrot in this one. I'm curious to get your thoughts, however, though, because Gamrot is a minus 195 favorite, nearly 2-1. The guy only has one loss in the UFC, and that was in his debut. It was a split decision loss to our boy Guram Gutataladze, and so a lot of people thought that Gamer Gamrot did enough to win that one too. So he's rifled off 4 beautiful wins since then. Scott Hot Sauce Holtzman got absolutely smoked. He smoked Jeremy Stiffus before the fight even began, and then most recently he has those nice wins over Carlos Diego Ferreira and Armin Sarukian. I want to get your thoughts on that fight of the night performance versus Sarukian, because that was another fight where some people thought that Sarukian might have done enough to win that contest as well. So I've done you a great job of setting up Gamer Gamrot. I think he's getting smoked by Dariush, though. So can you convince me of the fact that Beneil Dariush is going down in this one, and it's too much? It's too much for Benny Dariush. I mean, sounds crazy. Who are you taking?
Yeah, I mean, Benny's, done time and time after again, proving everybody wrong. But if you really look on the paper, Benny really hasn't beat anyone that's too like they're impressive in the time, but when you're looking back in hindsight, you're like, oh, like the Tony Ferguson, that was probably one of the craziest ones. But then you're like, is it now? Probably not. It didn't age that well. Now, if Tony went on like a 6 fight win streak, then that win of pure dominance would be aging well. That was the last time we saw, Benny fight. On the other hand, Gamer's just been absolutely mauling everyone. I mean, for Benny, best wins is Thiago Moises 2018, and Tony Ferguson. So I don't know. That's fine and nice, but you have Gamer Gamrot beating Armin Sarukian, Jeremy Stiff, Scott Holzman. I mean, just and almost beat Guram Gutataladze, which, as we've seen, that guy is no joke. Diego Ferreira, like I don't know. I think the level of competition in recent, it seems that Gamer has been fighting the tougher guys, while Benny, they both seem to be on an upward trajectory. But I see Benny kind of like, oh yeah, that's Benny. He's good. He's good. But Gamer's just been impressing me more and more. The fact that he was able to get that over Armin in such a war and not get broken and stay in there mentally was just fascinating to me. I don't think many people could have handled that other than, Islam, which he's already done it. So I know MMF isn't a thing, but I think Armin Sarukian absolutely mauls Benny, and the fact that Gamer got it done unanimous, not even split, I think this is going to be a lock, and I really like Gamer in this one. I'm pretty high on him. If Benny gets it done, props to him. It doesn't surprise me because he's shown nothing but greatness in the last couple years, but also so has Gamer. So either way, I could see it, but I'm gonna side with Gamera on this one.
Yeah, I don't blame you for sure. And if we look at Tapology, 69% is rolling with Gamer Gamrot as well. They are feeling the 2-1 favorite. I guess my question I keep coming back to is where do you think Gamrot is going to have a clear advantage over Dariush? Do you think it's going to be on the feet? Do you think it's going to be on the ground? Because from my end, when I watch these two guys fight, to me, it seems like Dariush has the better stand-up. And if this fight does hit the ground, I almost think he's slicker down there as well. So am I off in the sense that Gamrot doesn't have any advantages, or do you think he has all the advantages?
Yeah, that's a good point, and I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna have all the advantages. Maybe the jujitsu, but I don't even think this hits the ground. And if it does, I think Gamer just smother and destroys. I think Gamer showed enough on his ground game that he's an S tier grappler. So I don't really see either one of these guys, having any tricks up their sleeve on the ground, other than maybe Gamer just absolutely smothers. I don't see Benny smothering Gamer. I mean, I don't know. If Benny does that, like that would surprise me on such insane level. I just think Gamer's the stronger, faster, better cardio, all around fighter. I mean, he's got absolute meat bombs. Dariush is pretty good, but I don't know. I just don't think he has that X factor, and that's what I see in Gamer.
Yeah, I mean, if we're looking at like just the crispness of their stand-up, I feel like Gamrot, his looks a little bit prettier, but Somehow Dariush has those looping meat bombs who manage to absolutely crack guys. And if we're talking about just punching power, perhaps not like punch sexiness, I think Dariush absolutely punches harder than Gamrot. And as a result, meat, I got to take Dariush in this one. I honestly think he's going to finish Gamrot. Gamrot, although he's been winning all of his fights, he has shown a tendency to get cracked in some of those contests. And I wouldn't say he was ever really threatened in all of his UFC fights thus far, except against Guram. He has taken some punches. I mean, I think back to that spinning back fist, I think it was that Sarukian landed on him that definitely wobbled, shook the cobwebs up a little bit. So I think if Dariush is going to be teeing off on him, that the accumulation of strikes is going to be too much. And I like Dariush to get a finish in this one, but if I'm off and Gamrot just steamrolls him, then I mean, what would be next for him? Is it not a title shot? I mean, a dominant win over Dariush has to put him in a great position, no?
Yeah, I think winner of this definitely gets a title shot. That's inevitable in my opinion, especially if it's done in spectacular fashion. I kind of feel like this might not even go the distance. I think this is going to be all out war. I think a lot of these fights on this fight card are not going to go the distance when people are going to think it's going to decision. I just think there's so much like insane energy behind it, and everyone's going to be thirst for blood and impress Dana White and everyone in Abu Dhabi. So I think there's going to be a lot of great finishes, a lot of upsets, and a lot of good fights.
I buy that for sure. I think it's going to be a night full of finishes, and I think a finish in this one could happen as well. I just happen to think that Dariush will be the one that gets the finish in this one over Gamrot. But let us know down below, are you rolling with the favorite Gamrot, or you're rolling with your boy and you think that Benny can get this one done? Let us know.